Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett and thank you for spending some time with me today because in this video, we are talking all about some bathroom decor that you don't need. It's time to say goodbye. We can move on from it and upgrade our spaces without having to do any real work. We're just getting rid of stuff we don't need and I love that for you. Now, the first thing I don't like when it comes to a bathroom, I don't care to see, is like multiple rugs, small rugs, and it kind of is like the bath mat vibe. I don't love that all of the time. There are certain exceptions where, yeah, I think you can make it work, but for the most part, I would rather see a beautiful, elevated, washable runner. That's what's gonna take that space to the next level. And like I said, this isn't about updating and renovating and all of this stuff. You don't have to have a new bathroom to make this work. As a matter of fact, I think it works better in a vintage bathroom, but it still looks good in a new one. The multiple bath mat situation, it's like a throwback to me to my grandmother's house where she'd have a little rug in front of the sink and then there'd be the one with the cutout by the toilet and maybe there was a matching toilet cover. I'm not trying to throw Granny under the bus here, but we can move on from that. We can do something that's just a little bit nicer, better, more elevated, looks luxury, and this is how you go about doing it. Wait a second, but it won't dry out. Okay, fine. If you want a normal bath mat that has the rubber backing that's gonna break down in your dryer, that's fine, but let's get one that's a little longer so we get that elongated look in the space, and that way you kind of get the best of both worlds. You have that traditional bath mat without having to get a washable runner, okay, that's fine, but you will get an upgraded and elevated look instead of having multiple small ones, and I like that for you too. Now, another piece of bathroom decor that it's time to say goodbye to and just move on from and upgrade from are really vibrant accent color towels. In my opinion, I would say obnoxious colored towels, because if you have a normal bathroom, like most of us have normal bathrooms in our houses, and we don't all do something really adventurous color-wise in them, totally fine. You might have a bathroom that's like all white, all tan, all cream. If I bring in like the most shocking and vibrant teal colored towels, you're going to see them. That's all you're going to see. And it's going to be kind of overwhelming in that space. I would rather see something that's neutral. And by neutral, I mean a little more muted. And so you can have color in your bathroom. Hey, towels in my bathroom are navy blue, but that works because it's a softer color. It's not super shocking. It's not super vibrant. And that's not what I want in a small space that has a lot of artificial lighting in it that, usually is very neutral. I want something that is going to also provide me with that really soft and beautiful, relaxing aesthetic. Speaking of what I'm looking for, I am looking to upgrade every home out there possible. So if you are in the position where you're looking for the same thing and you don't have the answers in your space, I've got them. Two minds think alike sometimes. And what we should think alike on is working together. So be sure you book a one-on-one interior design consultation with me where you can show me around your home and I can answer questions for you and we can get your space sorted and looking stunning. So be sure you head to the link in the description box down below or go to intro.co/GarrettLeChic. Another point of contention when it comes to bathroom decor for me are, things that you're adding in addition to this space. And usually that's going to be like your soap dispenser, a toothbrush holder, those sorts of little things, maybe a soap holder. I don't like seeing them that just look cheap. Basically, I don't like plastic pieces. I want you to find something that's a real material. And I want you to get inspired by what you already have in the space. Like choose the metal color of the faucet and the material of the tile. And let's find a soap dispenser that's made out of those two things and put that in the space. I want it to feel like a continuation of what we already have going on that's already built in. By doing that, we're gonna achieve two things. One, we're going to continue that design. We're gonna make it look intentional. We're going to make it look like it's in addition to everything that's already going on in that space, whether you chose it or not, whether you really love it or not. But what we're also going to do is we're going to make something that feels natural, that feels integrated, and we're going to create a more tactile experience with the materials that are already there. Like, I'm probably not going to walk into a bathroom and touch the floor. That's just not my fantasy, okay? Not in, maybe in my house if I'm cleaning the floor, but I'm not going into everybody else's house and cleaning it, but I will touch that soap dispenser because I'm not disgusting and I wash my hands. So that's something that kind of pulls me into that fantasy. It creates a cohesive design. In the accessories you're bringing in, like those things you're going to interact with and touch, soap dispenser, toothbrush holder, the soap tray or holder like that. If you want to bring some, like a soap dispenser into the shower type of a thing, let's look for materials that are already existing within the space and add them in. Here's an example of one I love. This is a beautiful arrangement here. We have a little bit of beauty product here. That's great. Maybe it's a lotion, moisturizer, I don't know. But I like the soap dispenser because it's in this like aged sort of mirrored look, this like mercury glass vibe with metal hardware that is silver to match what's going on in the bathroom. This is a really good aesthetic for this space and I like it. And you can also do something like a tray underneath that's in a similar material to the countertop, to the tile on the wall or in the shower. Once again, create that cohesive look. Don't opt for something because it's the right color, it's the perfect, this or whatever, but if the material's no good, that's the thing you're touching. That's the thing you're interacting with. I don't want it to be cheap. I want it to feel elevated and gorgeous because it's gonna make my bathroom feel that way too. Another piece of decor people love to bring into bathrooms that I don't do, I don't recommend, I don't like, it's not for me, and I would not do, so I'm not gonna recommend to you, is floral arrangements, specifically large ones. I, being the person that I am, have stayed at many fine and luxury hotels, and I can tell you that I've never been to one with a big floral arrangement in the bathroom. They're always going to have a bud vase with a single flower in it, maybe two if I'm lucky. So that's what I would do in my bathroom if I wanted it to feel luxury. I would bring in a small vase with a single stem in it because it's elevated, it's luxury, it's beautiful, it's like kind of taking the edge off of everything. We get a little bit of greenery, but not too much going on there. And there's also some good things about this you can do. Number one, if you're using real florals, one flower is a lot cheaper than a dozen, right? So I don't have to buy a lot to go into that space. Number two, it's not quite as large and aggressive. It doesn't overtake things. And I can see the beautiful features that are already in that space, be it the mirror, be it the lighting, the countertop materials, the tile, everything. I don't want to be distracted by this natural element that's really green and drawing my eye to it. And also, what is really good is if you're doing a faux floral, which I'm okay with in a bathroom, it's fine. You can get a really, really, really high-end, really luxury, beautiful faux floral that nobody would know is fake, and you only have to buy one of them. So here's an example photo for you. This is really good. The only issue here, they forget to cut the stem on the flower. You can see it's like bent in half. Don't be the person that does this. Go for something similar to this, but make sure you trim it so it's actually giving us that real fantasy, and your bathroom will look more high-end, more luxury, more expensive, more hotel vibes, because that's what hotels do. I will actually put together a curated selection of beautiful faux florals that you can do this with in my Amazon storefront, but be careful about it. Don't go over the top with how many florals you bring into your space. Just make sure if you're gonna bring them in, they're really, really good and very convincing. So be sure you check out my Amazon storefront linked in the description box down below. And hey, while you're down there, you may as well hit the subscribe button and join us. Become a part of our GarrettLeChic family of design lovers. We would love to have you here with us because we're changing the world one home at a time. Upgrade your space and elevate your life. Hit the subscribe button and join us. I'd also greatly appreciate if everyone watching could give this video a like. Something else I don't want to see in your bathroom, no matter the design, no matter the style, whether it's newly done, it's a little older, it's high end, or it's just a normal space, is a bunch of stuff. I don't want to see clutter. And the way we're going to get around that is by not having open shelves and instead doing closed storage. A lot of people always ask me, like, what do you put above a toilet in a bathroom? Like, that's kind of an awkward space there. Like, either, some older homes, they would extend the mirror beyond it. And a lot of people are uncomfortable with that, which I don't blame you, it's weird anyway. But what do you put over there? Do you put some artwork? Do you put some open shelves, a little floral arrangement? Like, no, I don't want that there. I would rather add some sort of storage, and a very shallow storage cabinet of some sort is a really good option. And some of my clients actually will have a more expansive primary bathroom that has like a water closet, I would call it, like basically a small room with a toilet. And what they'll do is they'll add a cabinet, like a wall-to-wall cabinet above, so they can put extra towels, they can put extra toilet paper rolls in there, or any like overflow products they have, moisturizer, lotion, that sort of stuff. They can put that into there, have that extra storage in a space that's like otherwise just empty and nothing is going on. And sometimes what I tell them to do is to paint it tonally. So like take the wall color, paint that cabinet that color, and it basically disappears and nobody sees it anyway. Adding in closed storage is a really good option for a bathroom. Instead of doing like open shelves, closed storage just makes your space look so much less cluttered and busy. And the same thing goes for mirrors. If I have the option, I'm probably going to tell my clients to do a medicine cabinet instead of just a mirror. They're very, very elevated nowadays. Like you can get them that are backlit, that have integrated lighting. You can get them mirrored inside with plugs and outlets in them. And that's really great if you're a person that you have a smaller bathroom. You don't have a ton of space. And a smaller bathroom, just so we're clear, doesn't mean it's not high-end or luxury or expensive or whatever. Small and expensive are not the same thing. They don't relate to each other at all. Like you can be in an ultra luxury apartment in New York City and have the teeniest bathroom in the world that costs 4 times as much as the freestanding bathroom in another house. So that's not relative to the actual topic. I want to see as much closed storage as possible because I want to see as little of stuff as possible. But I am a real person. I need to have things. I have stuff, okay? Takes a lot to look this good, if you know what I mean. I want to have it on hand and be able to use it, but I don't want it to be all over the countertop everywhere, cluttering up everything. So a medicine cabinet, a cabinet with drawers or storage in it is a good idea, but as far as adding additional storage, there's a number of things you can do. You could add a cabinet mounted to your wall. There's actually a really cool system you can get that attaches to the hinges on your door. If you have some extra space behind your door, that adds shelving and storage and a full-length mirror. It is linked in my Amazon storefront, which you can find linked in the description box down below. And those are some really good alternatives to add a lot of storage to a small space without having to like gut renovate anything or do a lot of work. So be sure you're thinking about that. Add in some extra closed storage. If you have just like an empty area, maybe you have like an oversized bathroom that has like a dead space in it, add in a nice piece of storage that's gonna get you some extra space to store some of the things that we just don't wanna see cluttering up the countertop surface or filling up and maxing out all of the drawers. Here's the big takeaway I want you to have from this. Don't use decor in general. Use things that make sense and that you will actually use in that space. If you're going to bring something into there, make it count and make it work for you. So I don't want to see decor in general or just for the sake of having it in the bathroom. If it's not something we're actually using, it doesn't need to be there. So don't get, some cool, interesting little sculpture like, this cute little lady behind me. I would not put her into the bathroom. So I would not expect you to do that either. I'm gonna instead opt for something I can actually use in that space or some way to make the things I will use look more beautiful. Now, sometimes you can get away from that a little bit with artwork or something like that. Maybe you don't wanna have multiple mirrors on walls, you wanna have a beautiful piece of art. That's okay to do. Look for something that has a glass front on it so it's easy to clean, like in a bathroom, dust, grime, bacteria, all of the things that happen in a bathroom. We don't want to have something that we can't clean and has all of that on it. Ew. So let's look for things that are easy to clean and take care of, but actually have a use in that space. And if you're looking for colors to go into a piece of artwork to bring into a bathroom, do the same thing I already said. Look for the materials that are already there. Look for that muted tone of the towels and things that you can bring in that are going to feel more luxurious, more expensive, just softer in that space, because bathrooms are inherently smaller spaces. And so I don't want to have a ton of busy stuff happening all over the place, overwhelming it visually because you can't see it. I want that bathroom to be a relaxing, enjoyable space that doesn't look tacky or overwhelming. It is actually relaxing. Now that I informed you of all of the dated bathroom decor that you don't need to have in your house, you should check out this one here, all about 6 dated bathroom designs you should actually keep because they are on their way back. Check it out and I will see you over there.